When a doctor tells you you're going to die because of a heart condition, how does that hit you?
Well, the part that hit me was I couldn't get on a plane to see my family. That's what hit me. So he told me, and then I literally went and got a teriyaki chicken bowl. Because I love teriyaki chicken. I said, I got to do something to make me happy. Like, what? How do
you bounce back from this?
How do I tell my wife this? Like, that's a crazy phone call that no one should ever have to tell a loved one.
Right.
Especially now my wife is dealing with my blind daughter.
Yeah.
Right? So like, hey, I'm supposed to get on a flight. I've been traveling back and forth to be with this team. I think this is a routine checkup before the lead season, Labor Day weekend. And the doctor told me I can't get on a plane and that I have a high chance of I'll die if I work out anymore. So I have to do all these tests for the next 2 weeks. She was like, do you need me to get on a plane? And I was like, no, just let me soak this up. My buddies from Arizona came over.
Yeah.
And we just kind of, I don't want to say internally freaked out, but that's heavy. It's really fucking heavy.
Right.
So him saying I'm going to die and all this was 30% correct. Right? So imagine you don't just say that.
No, that's you gotta be confident.
Yeah. You got to be very confident. And anyways, so when I went to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, they explained to me what was happening with my body. They were explaining to me that I can get better, obviously. But this is the greatest thing the doctor told me. He was like, we have all this machinery, we have all this, but if you don't get right here, we can't help this.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, go find an osteopath, do yoga, play golf, learn how to be happy and not have so much anxiety about what was going on. So that same year that I had that heart issue, I had torn my shoulder. I tore my labrum.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And my daughter was born. So I was in a sling. My daughter was born. And we found out a month later that she had cataracts and was blind. So she could see now.
Yeah.
But she had 5 surgeries before she was 2 years old.
Oh,
so like all this is going on as I'm trying to
make yourself in the league, establish myself.
So like I had a good year in 2010, year 2011, right? Team starts changing. 12, 13, that's like when I started to get hurt, or that's when my heart issue happened.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like nobody knew what was going on with my daughter. And then the team to have me rehab was making me fly on my own dime to California, or not to Arizona.
To rehab.
So the stress, which is wild, which doesn't, anyways. So then the heart issue comes, and finally I'm like, you just have this moment of God or whatever you believe in. I'm literally a shell of myself.
Right.
And so I found a yoga teacher, and we did yoga every single day for 7 months to a year.
Oh, wow.
Every single day, because I couldn't sweat.
Yeah.
So I had to do something that would calm me down. And so what I realized by seeing an osteopath and getting completely tested, my neurotransmitters were overreacting. So remember what I said when I was younger?
Yeah.
If I would like go to sleep and I was anxious for a game, my heart rate would start to pump.
So that's going to affect,
Yeah, because now if I'm anxious about a test, I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about the test. I'm thinking about how I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to rev myself up. So like if I'm thinking about a big game,
Yeah.
I've already played the game mentally.
In your head, yeah.
And I'm like, why am I exhausted to play this game? Why am my adrenal glands, why don't I have anything in my tank?
Right.
So I had to learn how to be present and to calm down. And, it's a battle, but it's been wild to figure that out.